What is up, late? Oh my god. The new video, and then I'm already doing it with allergies already. Allergies today have been really bad for me, so I do apologize for that. Anyway, I am Majorly Gaming. Welcome back, everyone. So this is actually now part 7 of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, the Major Guide, featuring, well, me, Majorly Gaming. Alright, so we did our second major gathering in the last video. We had to get a bunch of magic beans. We don't have them all just yet, but we'll be getting more later on once we're ready. Alright, anyway, welcome to Zora's Domain. The first thing we're going to do right now is we're going to go up here. We're going to grab a deck of stick and light the torches around here, including this one over here that'll stay lit up permanently. There are a bunch of torches we have to get lit up to get a heart piece first. Let's focus on that right now. Now, I do want to say for sure that, in case you guys are wondering, yes, I did see a preview of what Link will actually look like in the Zelda movie, and I can definitely say that I got a bunch of Twilight Princess vibes out of it. So I'm really happy with how it's really turning out so far. Hopefully at some point we'll be getting more information about the Zelda movie as a whole. The more I think about it, the more excited I get for it. At the same time, though, you know, I can't really lie about the fact that I'm still a little bit nervous about how it's going to be, given that it's live action. You know, when it comes to live action movies, things could really go wrong. And this has been a thing of like video game adaptations in the past. However, thanks to the technology we have now, we have movies like Detective Pikachu and the Sonic movies that came out rather brilliantly, to say at the very least. So I really have no doubts that the Zelda movie will do just fine. Let alone both the Super Mario movie. And the Mario Galaxy, oh god, Super Mario Galaxy movie have done very well, respectively. All right, so we got the heart piece in that chest over there. There's still a couple things we need to gather first before we head to the next dungeon, but it shouldn't take too long to get to, though. We're gonna go ahead and play this diving minigame for the silver scale. You can actually play this minigame more than once. You can play them as many times as you like to get a bunch of rupees if you really need more of them. Honestly, though, I would definitely recommend it because at this point we definitely need a lot of rupees for. Well, I need to get more magic beans first of all. That's definitely a thing. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the silver scale from the Zora over here. Zoras have been in Zelda since the very first Zelda game, but they did start off as bad guys, though. I really like how they became good guys later in the series. I'm just gonna play this minigame just to get more rupees for myself, so don't mind me here. Okay, sorry about that little skip there, guys. I didn't really want to show out the minigame again because it wasn't really necessary, but I did get plenty of rupees to get the rest of the magic beans. We're here in Lake Hylia. Let's go ahead and dive down for this bottle. There's something inside of it already. Since we're here, however, there are a couple things I can get right now. The first will be the Scarecrow song. You're definitely going to need this to get all the gold sculptures in the dungeons later on. Now, it could be anything you like, but as long as you can remember it. I'm just going to keep it simple for myself. Now over here we have the fishing pond. You definitely want to come here to get a heart piece if you're trying to 100% the game like I am right now. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this nice and simple for you guys. If you want to get a heart piece, the best thing to do is go for the biggest fish. That's like in the center of the pond here. You want to get close enough to the fish to lure towards you. I strongly recommend that you use the B button to use the lure and have the fish come your way. The trick is, if you feel your controller rumbling, that means you're doing a good job reeling it in, reeling the fish in. But if it doesn't rumble, that means you're about to lose the fish. Yeah, when you see that dialogue, keep the fish and then go back to the fishing pond owner, and he'll give you the heart piece. We will have to come back here again once we get the Master Sword. And there we go, got another heart piece. We're gonna go ahead and quit this right now, and he'll definitely tell us that the fish will be a lot larger too once we get older. So there's really that. Okay, since I'm over here, I'm gonna go ahead and plant some magic beans. There's a patch of soft soil over here. I also need to use this to get get his gold skull left. Excuse me. Yeah, so we should have about about 9 heart containers at this point. Okay, there we go. We're gonna go ahead and head back to Zora's domain. Actually, I'm gonna head back to Zora's River right now to get more magic beans at the moment. Okay, so I should have enough rupees to get the last of the magic beans right about now. I'm gonna throw these rocks to get more rupees out of them. Yeah, so the last of the magic beans will cost me 100 rupees. So I gotta make sure I have just enough to get the last of them. And I'm 1 rupee short. There's a bunch of bushes over here that I can actually cut to get more rupees, actually. Let me go ahead and do that right now. Okay. We have just a little bit more than enough to get the last of the magic beans. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Talk to this guy over here. Okay. And we got all the magic beans that we can get. Alright, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start playing some magic beans in the Lost Woods right now. While I have the chance to do so. It's still fresh in my mind, so I'm going to do that first, actually. What's really cool about this place is that there's a shortcut that you can take to Lost Woods, and it's right next to Goron City, so without having to go much into detail, I'm going to use these shortcuts to my advantage to plant the magic beans wherever I need to go. Let's go ahead and do this. We're going to start over here first. There's a patch of soft soil over here that I'm gonna take care of first. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna show off all the locations of all the soft soil areas in this game for you guys. That way you can remember them if you need to watch this video again for some reason. If you need to, you want to deal with these Zicker scripts first before you start planting in magic beans, otherwise they'll get in your way for sure. There's also a patch of soft soil next to Dodongo's cavern. I'm gonna take care of this right now, that way I don't have to worry about it later on. It'll just make things a lot easier for me for this major guide anyway. And before I forget, let's get this gold Skulltula. Once you have the bombs, blast open this wall, use your slingshot to take out the Skulltula, and then climb up here to get it. You definitely don't want to miss the Skulltula over here. Once we do that, I'm going to go over to the graveyard and plant some more magic beans. So, let's go ahead and do that right now. The patch of soil is going to be up here. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and make my way back to Zora's Domain. Okay, we're back at Zora's Domain. I literally had to take the shortcut from Goron City over to Lost Woods, and then take the shortcut over to Zora's River. Oh, right. I have to talk to the king first. What am I doing? Yeah, once you get over here, you need to show the letter to King Zora. And he will learn that his daughter, Princess Ruto, has been gobbled up by Lord Jabu-Jabu, the fish guardian of this domain. Yeah, so we basically have our third empty bottle now. Excellent. Okay. Now that King Zora's out of the way, let's go ahead and go up here. Now, before we feed the fish to Lord Jabu-Jabu, there's another great fairy waiting for us we need to visit. She has a magic spell for us that we probably might need to use. Though I probably don't need it because the rewind function can actually help me with this whole thing. But if you're playing this on the original hardware, then Aurora's Wind, which is what we'll be getting, it might have to come in handy for you. The tree over here has a gold Skulltula that we need to... We'll have to squash as well, so let's go ahead and grab that one first. Bring him down here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, even the Great Fairy one will say this, so I'll say it for you guys anyway. You have to be in a dungeon that has a map inside of it to use the warp points. Okay, now that we're back here, let's go ahead and feed Lord Jabu-Jabu. Take the fish out, and he'll go ahead and have his dinner. This is basically how Princess Ruto was eaten by Jabu-Jabu himself. Okay, here we are. This is our third dungeon as young Link, that is. Let's go and take out these Octoroks first and get them out of the way. These bubbles, by the way, are called shabombs. All you have to do is hit it with your sword and then it'll be gone. However, if you want to take out multiple at once, use a Deku Nut to take them out that way. Deku Nuts are super effective against the shabombs. Anyway, once we hit the switch, we can move up. Yeah, don't bother hitting these berries with your sword because you'll get electrocuted otherwise. Once we head into this room, we'll meet Princess Ruto. She doesn't look very happy right now. Rightfully so, because she lost something very important that is like very dear to her. I'll keep it that way for right now. Jesus Christ, what a brat. But again, I can't really blame her for being upset because she lost a precious item in here. I'll get more. We'll get to that once we get to it. Well, yeah, because Ganondorf made him sick in the head. Like, well, I'm assuming he's sick in the head. That's all I have to say. Yeah, just keep on talking to Ruto. She'll agree to let you carry her around. Until we can't take her outside of the dungeon though. Just be aware of that. I actually tried doing that when I was a kid, but never worked. So let's go ahead and use these Deku Nuts, take out these shabombs here, get them out of the way. Okay, so this part's gonna be a little interesting. We'll have to take out these stingers with the slingshot. We have to take them all out, otherwise they'll get in the way. I'm also going to go ahead and hit the skull slug and get out of the way first. It's recommended that you take out all the stingers so that way they'll be all out of your way. Alright. Once they're out of the way, step on the switch, grab the Skulltula token. If you feel the need to, you can break the jars up here to replenish some Deku Seeds and Deku Nuts. There's also a fairy in here, but I'm not gonna really bother with it. Actually, let me try that again. There's a little trick here that you could do to avoid stepping on the switch. Okay, that didn't work out very well. I'll just do it the other way then. I actually done that before, where I could just like roll to give us a little momentum, but it didn't really work this time. It doesn't really matter though. I'll let it be. Okay, I'm gonna have to take these guys out first. Yeah. Ganondorf is a really sick bastard for doing whatever the hell he did to Jabu-Jabu that made him act so strange. What a sicko. I'm not gonna say too much about it because it'll get too weird otherwise. Either way, we're gonna take care of some business inside Jabu-Jabu and bring him back to normal so he won't be so sick in the head anymore. Okay, so we're back in the room where we met Ruto. Now, don't fall into these holes. You want to avoid them. Go to this door over here. took me a long time to figure this stuff out as a kid, but now it's easy. Okay, yeah, so you want to go to the right first and step on the switch, but you need to have Ruto with you. Alright, once that's done, head inside. We'll have to take out these stingers to make a chest appear. You definitely need to have some patience with the slingshot in order to take these guys out. These guys are really annoying to take out, especially with young Link's weapon. With adult Link, these guys are a lot easier to take out because you can basically hit them with like one hit. Okay. We now have access to the boomerang. Let's go ahead and grab it and move on. The boomerang is great because I can use it to get a bunch of skeletons outside the dungeon. That's gonna have to happen in another video though, because I can only make my videos for so long per section as to what I'm doing. If I make my videos too long, that won't be very good either. Let me get my Deku Nuts out just to have ready, actually, because I'm going to need them later on. Alright, once that's done, we're going to go over to the other side of the room. We have to get the map and the compass of this dungeon, which is going to be right here. Now, if you see this slimy thing here, if you touch it, you'll be electrocuted, so don't do that. There is a way to take it out, though. You must use the boomerang. You must use the boomerang to take these guys out. Alright. We now have the map of the dungeon. We'll be getting the compass next. Yeah, Ruto won't be very happy for leaving her behind, but we had to leave her on the switch to keep it pressed down. When you talk to her, she'll be upset that she left you behind. I don't blame her for that, though. That's all I could say. Yeah, so the red slimy thing is now gone because we took out the tentacle. Anyway, let's go ahead and go in here. I'm gonna use my Deku Nuts to take out these Shabombs easily. Yeah, yeah. I didn't really want to use like my Deku Nuts too much, so they're really effective against the Shabombs, and that worked out better than I expected. All right. All right, we got everything now. Let's move on. Come on, Ruto. Alright, so we're gonna go all the way to the right again, according to the map. There's another room we have to go into. We have another tentacle to take out. Let's go in there. We have to take these things out to progress through the dungeon. Oh man. Allergies, man. They're terrible right now. Jesus. Okay. This will be the last tentacle that we have to take out. There's a certain hole that we have to fall into once it's out of here. I'm gonna take out these berries first with the boomerang. Yeah, don't get too close to this thing. Oh Oh, man. Yeah, you gotta be careful not to get too close to this thing, otherwise you'll take a hit. If you're having a hard time, back up and, you know, let it rise up, then get closer and throw your boomerang at it. Alright, we took care of all the tentacles. We're gonna head back out to where we just came in from. The hole that we don't fall into is the one over here. I'm gonna drop Ruto for a moment, get these Skulltulas first. I'm just gonna use my boomerang just to save Deku Seeds. And they're close enough with the boomerang anyway. It might be a good idea to practice aiming your boomerang at these things anyway, so yeah. Alright. And this is where Ruto lost her precious item. That's the spiritual stone. And this is where she explains everything to Link. Yeah, I at this point, this is where I would have to assume that Ganondorf had basically messed up Jabu-Jabu's mind before Princess Ruto was gobbled up by him. Yeah, she says take her home. Unfortunately, though, that's not going to happen. I'm not even quite sure what happened to Ruto over here. I'm not going to make any assumptions, though. Now, there is a quick way to take out this big Octo. Just use a Deku Stick and he's out here with just one hit like that. In the 3DS version, however, this was fixed. I guess Nintendo thought of this as a glitch and they wanted to fix that. Well, anyway, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, but to simply put it, you have to throw your boomerang at the big Octo to stun it, and then strike at its butt to damage it. Anyway, now that it's out of the way, we don't have to worry about carrying Ruto around. We'll see her again, though. Don't worry, she's okay. Avoid these Octoroks for right now. And we'll just head our way up here. Alright, this creates a path to the boss room. Or close to it anyway. We need to grab a wooden box though to keep the switch pressed down. So I'm gonna do that. Okay. Yeah, there's actually another Skulltula that I can get in this room. It's supposed to be the very last one. There is a way to know when you get all the Skulltulas in a dungeon. I'll demonstrate that in just a second here. Now, if aiming your boomerang at a Skulltula is too hard for you, just use your slingshot. Okay, so if you get all the Skulltulas in a dungeon, the gold Skulltula icon will appear on the map screen. That is. Anyway, let's go and climb up here. There's a wall stuck here. If you just throw your boomerang normally, it's not going to hit the switch on the other side. The best way to do that is Z target the switch, throw your boomerang, and there we go. Okay, we're ready to take on the boss now. I'm gonna put my deck sticks away because I'm not gonna really need them. The boomerang is gonna be the primary weapon for this boss. This is the thing that has been messing up Jabu-Jabu when Ganondorf came around to mess things up. Jabu-Jabu was lucky to survive this, unlike the Deku Tree. Baronade. Alright. You want to hit the the tentacles that are attached to the ceiling first. Just go ahead and attack Baronade, like, straight up. Once all the jellyfish are taken out, he'll come out and start spinning around. Get yourself in a good spot to throw your boomerang to try and stop him from spinning. You may have to wait a while. Oh, there we go. Okay, now this is where we get to finish him off. I got plenty of hearts, so I'm not sure about taking a couple of hits from this guy. And he's out of here. Yeah. We have 10 heart containers now. That's what we should have at this point. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't really matter how you answer her question. She'll give you the spiritual stone anyway. I'm not gonna even talk about Zoras and Hylians being engaged to each other. It's complicated, man. Okay, that settles it then. Before I end this video, though, I'm gonna play the Sun Song first because there's actually a Skulltula here. However, in the next video, before we get the Master Sword, there are a bunch of things that we do need to collect. We have to go on a huge spider hunt. and collect a bunch of other things too. It's going to take quite a while before we get the Master Sword anyway. It's quite a lot, but if you're 100% into this game, it's what you got to do. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here then. This is Major League Gaming, logging out for now. You guys have a good one. Thank you.